Hello and welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new, remember to hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell for up and coming videos. We're here today to talk about, answer a question actually. So one of my clients and the collective messaged me and said, how do I know I'm in a karmic relationship? Can you explain the karmic relationship or person? So absolutely, I'd love to answer that question for you. I'll do my best. Now, also with readings, you must remember we all have masculine and feminine energy. Also, roles can be reversed. We are reading energy, and energy is always changing as well. Okay, and sometimes even when you get a message in a reading, I hear other readers and I see other comments as well. You know, they're saying, that's not me. Well, if it's not you, reverse it. It could be someone you're dealing with. It could be someone a friend of yours is dealing with. You know, just take the message and the energy. It's about feeling the energy and getting a message. It might not be the exact words. It may not be the exact scenario. But if you can get, you know, the idea or the energy or the drift of the energies that are playing out. So that might help with that with some people. Now, a karmic relationship. Karmic is related to karma. I'll try and do this the best way I can, guys. A karmic, we have a connection with. It's someone we meet. We have a very strong connection. Generally, that connection is very intense, very connected with the other person. Could be instant. They feel intense, strong feelings for each other. Now, the karmic relationship, how do I say this? A lot of people, karma, we come back to learn, whether it's past, present, or future. Let's put it like that. Karma could be past lessons we've come back in to learn with someone or something. So, you know, hence karmic. I've known this person before. As soon as I met them, I felt like I knew them instantly. Okay, that can be a soul's recognition. Okay, and also it could be just someone this lifetime that has come in as a karmic that you meet with a very strong energy that you've attracted in, and the universe has sent in for you to learn and grow. The thing with these karmics is there is a very strong, intense energy. Sometimes we're with a karmic and we meet someone, we have a relationship, we outgrow the relationship, it ends quite amicably, harmoniously, you know, we a mutual agreement that we've outdone this cycle, we've learned and grown all we need to learn. That's a good karmic. That's a positive karmic cycle that had to be finished off this lifetime to be learned, or came in from the past as a debt or an ode or an obligation this lifetime to try and work it out, heal it, complete it, cycle it, and whatever that cycle is, whether it's long or short term, is between you and this karmic connection. So think of I very strong connection, feel I've known you before, possibly you have, possibly you're really resonating energetically, okay? It could be to do with your energy vibrational frequency, and we draw that in and we play karma out in life. So what we put out, what we get back. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, I didn't put that out and I get it back, but there would be a belief or a program or a trauma or a wound. Now, karmic relationships could be positive. It could be someone I had a great friendship with. We will always stay friends. We learn what we needed to learn. We grow, we move, we change. We can have karmic family members, friends, groups, bosses, associations, careers, you know, energy interconnectedness, where we grow, where we learn. All right. Lovers, partners, all of the above. So you can come in karmically to be really good soul companions in work, career, I don't know, many things, okay, to help each other, just to be there randomly. So here's a great example. Let's say you're on somewhere and something goes wrong and this stranger comes in and was there at the right time and helped you and got you out of it, and you don't know them and they went above and beyond. That could be a positive karmic person that you were connected to in this life, past life. I don't know. We could go down the rabbit hole with each individual person. But you get a feeling, you get a connection. You feel like, oh my God, that person, you know, they were meant to be there type thing. Okay, and saved my life or saved something or helped me out of a very, you know, that can be a good karmic positive experience. So let's get on to the real issue of negative karma, negative karmic relationships, which most people talk about, and most people talk about, you know, through tarot and other things, and relationship issues. You know, let's face it, relationships, any relationship, this life, in anyone's life, you know, it's not always harmonious. It's about growth, learning, cycles, all of this. So remember, karma means growth and lessons, learnings, okay? Now we can do that on a physical realm, a spiritual realm, which is an energetic realm, you know, our vibrational realm, our belief systems, the whole thing is put in. But past life ties are very karmic. They come in, you meet. It's an energy you can't it's very overpowering. So a lot of times when we're in a very divine karmic, let's say negative for this situation, cycle with someone, it will be that relationship that is turbulent, passion, lust, out of control, not a good experience, you know, brings up wounds, triggers you, takes you through a life cycle that you know, yes, you grew from, yes, you learned from, but it's got a feeling of obligation and debt and highs and lows, extreme highs and lows. Now, the other question I got, that's right. Yes, anyone can be a karmic, okay? It's basically, if you come into someone's life and teach them a lesson, it is a karmic lesson. So you are kind of karmic for that person. But there's different layers of karmic. If you are an actual karmic to that person, you will take them on a journey that is you can't get out of, or you can't resist, and you know it's toxic and you know it's not good for you, and you have to go in, whether it's you, the universe, the soul contracts, whatever it is. We can't really go down that unless we know the individual person. That will be one of the biggest soul growth, heart growth, you know, tying up old cycles, past, present, and future with that person. It's never pleasant, and usually it's what we hear people say, that was one of the biggest lessons of my life. People, that's what I was going to say. You find with karmic relationships, they stay in them. They can't get out of them. We've all had a friend, or we've all been in it, that has been in a relationship and it's so negative, so toxic, trauma bonded. That's all karmic stuff, trauma bonded, where they're manipulation and you know, obligating and holding you and blocking your path, and there's always conflict and drama and chaos, and you know, there's a constant realm of disharmony. You know, it's hard to keep the harmony. Or this person really interferes, is sent in to interfere with your purpose or path. We often think, why can't they just walk away? Just walk away. Just don't deal with it. But until they've learnt the lesson, you can't just walk away. Sometimes the divine will hold you in it until you learn the lesson. Sometimes, if there was a past life issue to play out, there will be a time, a day where they wake up and go, boom, this is over, see ya. And everyone's like, how come you couldn't do that before? because it's like a completed cycle. And that's why we say what's important here about a karmic relationship, a negative karmic relationship. If you've gone through a cycle and you get an out, and you're out, and you go, and you have that break in this karmic timeline to work out whether I've learnt my lesson or not, and then let's say the person decides to go back to it. You just signed up for the whole thing again in a bigger way. You said to the universe, I did not learn my lesson, let's go back in here. So I suppose the best advice is this. If you are in a relationship that is toxic, plays on your traumas, holds you with obligation, manipulation, lust, what's the word I'm looking for? Traumatic, chaos, dependency, codependency, really tying you in, really locking you in, taking away choices and decisions and things like that, because it's so intense and it's so passionate, it feels real. It's false evidence appearing real. Creates a lot of fear, creates a lot of insecurity. It's generally built and based and triggered on insecurities, neediness, turbulence. But if you are learning a lesson and it is unhealthy for you, or they take you down an unhealthy line, or you've never got any money, or you can't move forward, that is an unhealthy, negative, karmic, toxic relationship. If you were learning something and moving forward and growing and it was positive, then that's different. That can be something you choose to stay in and learn and grow. But we usually find with that, and the other person know that this lesson or this cycle is complete. Sort of like no hard feelings type energy. So it's a very spiritual connection because there can be past life connection. But what I find with a lot of these karmics, the word karmic and karma and divine counterpart, my twin flame and my soulmate. With soulmates, there are many different levels of soulmates. You can have a very low level 3D soulmate we class as a karmic. Okay? You hear people say they lock them into a karmic 3D life. Okay, full of obligation, neediness, all the lower frequency energies. So it's not a good connection for you to grow and stay moving forward. There's different levels of soulmate. We work up the ladder to soulmates as we grow, and then you get into higher and higher connections, and you can get into high divine soulmate that's nearly like a twin, that basically mimics and matches your twin. Now, I don't want to get too into this, but people also have the twin flame thing very wrong as well. I've met my twin, we're so alike, we're so matching, we're so this, we're so that. No, you've met a soulmate, or maybe someone you're compatible with that you feel like you could live with, like a divine partner, like a divine counterpart, I should say. So we have divine counterparts, very compatible. I can work with this person. We have divine what did I say then? I've lost my train. We've got soulmates, different levels. We've got karmics, positive and negative. Like that all plays out in these labels. You only have one twin. How do I know that? Because your twin is a separation of the same soul. That's why you come here with this higher spiritual journey. And I'm not going to go into the twin flame thing because that's a whole other, and it's a very heavy energy because it is so highly, like there's a lot in that. But most people have got that completely wrong. And mistake, bad behavior, karmics as well. This is my soulmate. We've got so much passion, so much struggle. We love each other. We stay in the passion, the struggle, the fighting. It's love. That's not love. That is a deep, dark, three-dimensional karmic relationship. A healthy karmic relationship, you are spiritually aligned on wanting the same things. You are, growing, building, things get positive, things work, it's harmonious. It's generally, love-based, not passion, intense, connection-based. Yes, that's there, but it's on a different level. So a lot of people believe that love, I'm in this traumatic relationship, it's my twin. You would have to have a very high spiritual ranking to be a twin and have come here as a twin who has an incredibly high spiritual purpose and mission and soul mission and lived just, oh my God, like this is a soul that splits into two masculine and feminine energy roles. And it's all the higher divine. And this is how people get it wrong. They think this twin is, you have to be highly evolved, spiritual, on your mission, chose your mission, protective of your mission. You have to have high spiritual integrity for the universe. You can meet your twin and they're not, and they can separate and you separate by the universe. Universe separates you because someone's not in their high spiritual integrity. If you're with a twin or you are a twin, which there are only very few on the earth, the divine controls all that. And you have to be in high spiritual integrity and evolution and working on yourself. Okay? Because you're about also frequencies of healing and changing earth and all sorts of things we won't go into. Let's stick with the karmic and the soulmate. You can have a soulmate, a high level soulmate that is like a twin, nearly mimicking a twin, that it's about to be a twin. Generally that is there. But they would be a very mature, evolved, non-toxic person. If you're with a higher divine counterpart, there is not toxicity. Now, don't get me mistaken. Every relationship has its issues. Every relationship has its growth, its ups and downs, its highs and lows. But not like a traumatic, toxic, karmic, low vibrational energy. Sorry about that interruption. So I hopefully hope that I have answered that question for you. So if you are with a karmic person where it is very toxic, very passionate, control-based, you know when you're learning a lesson. Or you need to learn to discern between karmic relationships and what you're learning with someone and what your intentions are to, when you go into a relationship, you set a karmic cycle with everyone. Yes, I know it's a little bit confusing, but we can all be karmic in a way. We can all teach someone a lesson. I just think society today, and a lot of people harness this information from energy and energy readers, and they've really turned passion, lust, control, highs and lows, extreme trauma as love. And that's not the case. It's not the case at all, okay? Oh, we've all been there, we've all learned lessons, and sometimes those karmics are written into your destiny. Sometimes we have free will and choice around, I'll give this a go, I'll give that a go. Sometimes there are specific people you have to clean up karmic debt with. But we don't continue the cycle. We learn the lesson, we go in and we close it out and move forward. The other thing, so you have to, with a soulmate, and you have to keep growing. They have to allow you to grow. You have to grow together, not separately, together. Okay? You've had people come in this lifetime, I see this a lot, and you see this a lot. What was I going to say? Sorry, I've got a download coming in. We'll do a bit of a reading on karmics. Or if you feel you're in a karmic energy, a positive lesson will help you grow and evolve and grow out of it, whether you stay or not. And it's quite peaceful, loving, amicable. Just remember that, like understanding, even though there's hurt or, but it's quite lovely. Negative, let's do a reading on a negative. What's a message here, Spirit? What message needs to come through? Yeah. How's that for validation? The Knight of Swords, fear, blockage, can't see it, blinded, trapped, stuck, and the Knight of Wands. Now that is a classic toxic karmic energy. It's fast. It's in, it's out, it's fast, it's passionate. It's short-lived. You can't sustain cycles. There's nothing sustainable about a negative karmic relationship. See, we've got lots of wands, King of Wands, Knight of Wands. See, past life connection, love, romance. It is someone you generally want, have love, connection, past life. It generally results in some form of heartbreak, soul growth, past life recognition, finishing off debts. It's really like wish fulfillment. We've got all these swords and knights here, nothing sustainable. See, it always ends up, the cup is empty with regret. These other cups are full. This person's so focused on this one cup. So what they're saying here is, Spirit says, in a karmic relationship, you can't see outside anything else but this relationship. It consumes you. It's generally very consuming energy. Yep, ruler, authoritative, my way or the highway, inflexible, short-lived, on, off, fiery. I'm just trying to give you all the energy so that you can discern. See, power struggles, never getting anywhere, never growing, always in battle with each other. I do find that with lower level toxic energies, they're always in this battle energy. It's like who's going to win, who's going to outplay each other, who's going to out control, who's going to win, they get so stuck in this energy, and they're so headstrong to, sometimes you can really match your partner. See, and the only way out is to reset the cycle and move on. So, because it's lower, it's toxicity, it's love that's toxic, it's love that has battle, it's love that has struggle. It's love. And I don't know why we think that, and I'm not talking struggle as in, yes, life's a struggle. We can have normal struggle. Even great relationships take work and building. But this is low level. This is codependency, toxicity, addiction, obsession, control, neediness, locking you in. I'll give you a few examples, not to offend anybody. You find that, and I'm not saying this is always, but generally, a karmic will try and tie someone down, whether that's with children, a baby, money. It's a codependence, lock them in. There's not a lot of free will. You're manipulated into a lot of, for toxic karmics, you're manipulated into a lot of situations. You're tied into a lot of situations. That's what a low level karmic does. Male or female. Yep. They want a 10 of cups with you, a happily ever after, and they're a page. Lessons. That's about lessons. That's learning. Learning about love. Learning about relationships. Learning for you to heal and move on and move forward and grow. So, see, there's always something missing. There's always a feeling in a karmic relation of something missing, something not quite right. And you know that inside, but you can't see it, or even if people told you, you can't pinpoint it. You can't, it's got a hold, got a grapple. I saw a grapple hook on you, you know. It's generally not making you feel happy. It disconnects you. It can disconnect you from your intuition, from you, from others, because you now are in so much chaos and turmoil or control or codependence or obligation. A lot of drama in these relationships. They're generally not two independent people making it work. See? Separations happen, heartbreak, grief, they're generally past returns, see? Past returns. Overthinking can happen in your head, worries, fears. That's what a karmic relationship brings in. When you're in a loving karmic relationship, you feel safe and warm. That person wants to love you, take care of you, nurture you. Not for a little while, and they don't need you. They're not codependent on you. They don't lock you in. They don't manipulate you. They don't trap you in. It's a free will choice. You want to be there and grow. You don't, they let you go. You know? That's the difference. You know, you see this a lot. Now, no, I better be careful when I say this. We can go through stages where we're, you know, I know long-term soulmates that have been together forever. And they have times where they're not, you know, into each other, like, with each other. They go through stages where it's really good and not so good, but they never separate. They never turn on someone. They never want someone else outside the relationship. They're just going through a struggle within themselves and their relationship. They're just moving through and growing, which is normal. You know, you get sick of your partner, you get sick of this, you get sick of that. That's normal, but they're not interested in someone else. They haven't got wandering eyes. They aren't seeking outside the connection, even when the connection's bad or struggling or negative, or someone's got to do a bit of spiritual growth. They're still there. A negative karmic relationship holds you there, even though they know you don't want to be there. That's why we have a lot of fighting, arguing, control, manipulation, spying, cheating, lying. Someone's looking outside at someone else. Someone's paranoid. Someone's looking elsewhere. That's karmic relationship. You shouldn't be with a partner and have to worry about them looking elsewhere, okay? In the connection, like you feel solid. See, illusions, fears, comfort zones, overthinking, negative outlooks. That's what a negative karmic thing, yeah. A lover that is full of illusions, full of ego, full of fairy tales, full of, a lot of times it's lust. And they think a proposal will make it better. If we get married, if we get engaged, if we have a baby, if we do this, it'll get better. If I tie them in. That's karmic. It's very karmic. So I hope I've explained it. I know I'm going to get off here and want to say so much more, but I did get interrupted. And that card on the floor was the ego card. So I do think with negative karmic relationships, there's always a lot of ego, a lot of vanity, a lot of materialistic drive, pride, status quo, appearances really matter in karmic relationships, or what binds them together. They're bound to the expectations or approval of others. That's so well said. Whether that's approval of family, friends, how they're seen in society. See, it's usually cold, a south node, hiding feelings, secretive, blocking emotions. You know, you can't be yourself. You can't be yourself in a toxic relationship. When you can be yourself and you're in a healthy relationship, you can just be you and you are accepted. Okay? It's falsified. Let's see, sabotaged through guilt, masks, facades, expectations of conformity, evaluating long held beliefs. So, you know, through others' belief systems. And that's how we find ourselves attracting into lower frequency karmic relationships. They're the lessons you need to learn. They're the lessons you need to go through. And hey, we've all been there, because that's how you go into your shadow side. That's how you learn. That's how you grow. It's about reflection. Sometimes your karmic partner has come in to mirror your dark shadow side, your shadow. That's the triggers, see. They come in and they are there to trauma trigger you and bring up all of this really toxic energy. Now, that does not mean they're your healer, and that does not mean that they are healthy for you, and that does not mean that you're meant to stay there with them. It's for you to quickly identify what the lesson was and get the hell out of Dodge if you can. Okay? So, and yes, the answer to, I heard something then, if you continue, you can keep continuing karmic cycles with the same toxic person, and we call that stuck. Stuck in a 3D matrix with a karmic. And I can tell you there's a lot of people in their south node stuck, got themselves trapped and stuck in a 3D karmic union, and they have sacrificed a spiritual journey, a spiritual upgrade. They probably got downgraded with any spiritual gifts or intuition or connection. When you choose to go back into karmic connections, you will lose your gifts. You will be downgraded. They will fade, because they bring you into lower frequency. Lower frequency. You can't vibe high with a karmic. If you feel you're vibing high in that sort of situation, it's called ego. It's called feeding the base chakra, and it's usually driven through those lower frequencies and the masculine based actions around that. I hope I've answered the question well enough for you. And I might do others, because a few others have sent in some questions that I'll get answered as well. Take care, hit the like button. Thank you so much. Bye.